So again, there's two tabs on this, the detail, and that's where you entered in all the address information. The next part, we're going to hit the feed, and there's a few options. This is just like on an account page, you have the feed that you can type things. But on this part, the first thing we're going to do is do the verify address. All we have to do is click here, and it's going to say, hey, there's no address verification on file. You should do this before checking credit. You actually have to do it before checking credit. So we're going to hit the run new verification. And the very first time, you might have to refresh it right after creating it. And then give it a second. You got to be a little bit patient, more patient than I just was. So give it a second. It's going to run it. I'm going to probably change what shows up here so that you can look at it pretty quickly. But if you just open this up in a new tab, hit Control and then click on it, or right click and do Open Link in New Tab, you can actually see what's going on with it. And you can see right here, this one is a red. It'll give you the guard required, no. The result code, and right now the result code is triggering this red flag. I know you guys noticed in the past this wasn't coinciding correctly on the contact, and that's because ADT actually changed what these codes were. So now it will match up again. So a 2 is basically we can't install that one, and the reason is because if you look, this address is our address here. We already have an alarm, so it's going to be red. You're going to see a lot of these things blank for right now, and that's because these are the results coming from the contact object still. So really the only ones you want to pay attention to are up at the top, and then the instruction. You'll also see the formatted address comes back right here. The response isn't that important. And then you'll know, hey, this one you're not really good to do. But what it also does is if you're back here on the page and you go to the details and you refresh, it's pretty important to refresh after doing anything, you'll see that the address has been updated with the formatted version, right? And this is pretty important in case there are any changes. It adds the last 4 of the zip code as well. And I can come down here and I can see all the times that I ran the address check, right? So now after running the address check, I'm going to try and run the credit check. So I'm going to go to the feed. I'm going to hit the credit check. Give it a second. It's going to say, hey, listen, credit check not checked, but you should check it before converting to a lead. If you haven't verified the address here, it won't actually let you run the credit check. So you have to verify first. Just click it once, give it a second. Usually it seems like you have to kind of click off of it or refresh to get it to come back fast. And this is just going to say, hey, well, this one's an error code, so it didn't actually check it. Let's make sure that I had everything in there. Okay. So, but assuming that it did pass, it's going to give you a beacon, right, which is a letter grade from now on. The different letter grades, A+, A, B, B-. Then it goes to D and E, and then there's going to be an F, and the F is a fail. Oh, excuse me. The F is not a fail. It's the F, it might be F or bulk. I'm still trying to get details on which one, but those are the 575 to 599s. And then a C is commercial only, so you probably won't see that too often. And then it'll just tell you that it's not approved if it's a fail. So it won't actually give you a letter grade on the fail. And then what we're going to do is, let's say we want to convert this to an account. Let's see if it works without actually getting a hit. So to convert it, it's pretty simple. You're just going to hit the convert button. It's gonna walk you through that. So we'll do it right now. A few things are going to change on this right now. I want to default it right now. It needs to default to account name, and you're going to do create new account, right, as the customer. Do not create a new opportunity. The converted status is going to be automatically to qualified, and you want to uncheck this reminder. Let's see, and then you're going to just hit convert. Yeah. I'm going to do away with this task information. Unable to convert lead that is in use by workflow. Oh, okay. So the problem is, I've already created this account once, so it's going to give me a problem. But that's all you're going to do. I'm going to come back and do a separate training on this part because I want to take away some of these things and default others. And so we're going to just kind of, we're going to go from there. It's when you pull it across though, I'll just go to an account really quick and show you what it looks like. It's going to pull across any info you typed in. So if you did have the phone number, it's going to pull that across. And it's going to pull across the address into the primary and the mailing again. It's not going to do the county. And instead of this credit score, that's going to actually be replaced. It's down here. You may not have access to it quite yet, but there's a ADT beacon, which is what it'll replace with. But then you're just going to kind of go through the normal your normal layout right here if you were to have to actually create it. And if you scroll down, you'll see here is the credit check. And then the address check is going to be stored here just like it is normally from the contact. And essentially that's it. I'm going to make a couple of changes, make it default to a few other things, and then we're going to get rid of this so you don't have the task automatically being created every single time. And then that's going to be it.